On the 21st of May, my gorgeous Virgos, on the 21st of May 2019, it is going to be your huge day, your huge day. It is most certainly going to be your new starting point. This is going to be absolutely amazing because this particular day, it is going to bring you absolutely incredible vibration that is just purely going to be caused by what you have been focusing on for the last 24 months. What you have been working on, what you have been doing. Now it's all going to kind of start making sense. I'm not saying that that didn't make sense by now, but I'm just saying that this is all going to bring the whole new sense, and especially those things that you felt like really connected to so strongly, those things that you were focusing on so strongly, those things that you really wanted to work on, and those things that didn't do really well. And now this is just going to be a really wonderful and rather nice turnaround, and especially a sacred answer to your sacred question. It is going to be answered to you on this particular day, which is going to happen on the 21st of May 2019. It is just going to make sense in such a wonderful way, because a couple of things that you have been like kind of really focusing on, that they didn't maybe make sense, you know, maybe you had a little bit of even lack of direction because the certain things were kind of bringing you down. Maybe they didn't develop and they didn't unfold the way you wanted them to unfold, especially when it comes to the certain speed and especially when it comes to the certain unfoldment. Now this is going to be your answer. Now this is going to be an amazing time. This is going to be an amazing day, because the actual veil in between this world and the spirit world is going to be rather thin. Now this is what it happens like every single year on the 31st of October 2019, I was going to say on the 31st of October every single year, we do actually have the veil in between this world and the spirit world, which is at its thinnest. And then at that particular time, we are having our relatives that have passed away, and all sorts of spirits trying to come through and give us particular information, trying to reconnect and connect with us again. Now this is about the same magic, this is about the same dimension, this is about the same power. For once, as I already said, there are a couple of things that are going to become like really obvious to you. Those things that you have been focusing on, now this is going to be your sign, this is going to be your omen, this is going to be your confirmation, and that in itself is going to be mind-blowing for you, because this is going to be your turning point. Not only you will be able to prove yourself, oh my God, what I was doing so fast, you know, it was absolutely good, it was absolutely brilliant, you know. Not only you will be able to prove this to yourself, which is just going to be absolutely incredible, you know. And once you set your mind onto something, Virgos, you're like all over the place. You're really good, you're really fast, and you're really sharp. And it's not only about proving yourself, but it's just about this wonderful feeling of the new direction, and at the same time something really interesting is going to be revealed as well. I'm going to shuffle these cards now again, and I'm going to ask about the 21st of May 2019 for additional things from my guardian angels, from my spirit guides. There you go, one card is coming out by itself already. So this is about the 21st of May 2019. My gorgeous, my special Virgos. Okay, you see, here we go. This is an absolutely remarkable day. This is going to be the combination of like a spirituality and the wonderful combination of spirituality you're going to have on this particular day, and wonderful combination of energy in general. Indeed, this is just the actual idea. There is the certain idea that it's going to become really much so very, very attractive to you as well on this particular day. And that particular idea is going to be so much to do with your new direction, so much to do with this new unfoldment, and so much to do with a certain opportunity when it comes to your finances. Indeed, this is going to be a really powerful time when it comes to the finances, because the new financial opportunity is about to reveal itself. Now at the same time, you're gonna have your vavavoom all around the place, and your spiritual petrol is just going to be full. So you're gonna be absolutely happy with yourself, because optimistically this is just going to have a wonderful impact on you, and wonderful impact on people around you. At the same time, you see the relationships are going to become sacred. Your relationships are going to become important. There's a certain relationship also that is going to return, or a certain relationship is going to start returning at this point, at this moment in time. It looks like that maybe you have lost the relationships like with your family members. Maybe you didn't like talk to people around you as much as you needed to. Maybe you need to like really refresh the very important relationships in your life. This is an important time here. This is a very important time of realization. when it comes to your own success, but also when it comes to the sacred relationships in your life. This is a very, very powerful time for you. Just like a reminder, just to keep those beautiful people in our life really, really close, because this life, you know, this as I said, you know, many times, we don't live here forever. This life is just a certain journey that we need to do, we need to live in order to help out to our particular spiritual journey. It all depends, We live many times, and we are going to keep on coming back to this earth until we kind of like work on the certain problems which are going to kind of like help our spirit to evolve on the whole new level. If we don't, then we're going to come back and work on the same problem again. If we do work on that particular problem, then our spirit journey will evolve, and it will go where it's meant to go on the whole new next level. There is also going to be a certain relationship that like a love relationship, that is also going to become evident at around this time. And also the 21st of May 2019, it is just going to bring you a wonderful new beginning, wonderful new adventure. And this is just so important, because if things didn't develop the way they developed so far, and if you haven't been focusing on the things that you have been focusing on, especially in the last 36 months, now I'm going back all the way then, this is all going to start making sense. It is all about your radiance that is going to be back on this particular day. It is all about the power that is going to be back on this particular day, and it's all about the beginning of an adventure. It's going to feel really good, and it's going to feel very interesting, and it is going to feel very powerful. What else is going to happen as well by the end of the day? You're just going to feel very closely connected to the new. You will want to start something new. This is the bottom line. This is the effect. This is the outcome. You will want to start something new. New school, new beginning, new job, new direction. If you're doing something and you're happy with your job, then you will want to bring certain things in. If you're like looking for a job now, this is going to be the time to keep on actively looking, because your life is about to change. This is going to be an important moment in every single Virgo's lives, and by the time it happens, you will see exactly what I mean. On another hand, the 21st of May is also going to be great to actually do the mini ritual. You know how the mini ritual, you know, you take like a little candle, but try to stick to just one thing. No two, no three, no four, just try to stick Try to stick to one thing. Take one little candle, and basically take like a little bit of lavender essential oil, then anoint this little candle, thin candle, not big like this, because it's going to take ages to burn, and the point is to burn. And once it happens, you make this connection with the universe, with your spirit guides, with your guardian angels. So you take like a little candle, you take a little lavender oil, essential oil. I absolutely adore lavender, very strong connection with this particular spirit essential oil. Anoint the candle on one side once, second time, and the third time, and try to think and focus already. What would you like to manifest? What would you like to manifest? What would you like to manifest? Try to stick to one thing only. And as you're making this strong connection, you're thinking about it already, you're thinking about what would you like to manifest, then take a pen and just write it onto the candle. Then put the candle on the table, light the candle, and this very moment is very important, because as you're lighting the candle, I will also want you to think about the vision, concentrate. What would you like to manifest? Remember, stick to one thing. For example, health, or for example like a money, for example finances, success. You know, the possibilities are literally endless, you see. So this is why basically you just need to concentrate on one thing. As soon as you light the candle, like completely concentrate. This is an important moment, because that moment when you light the candle, that moment when you focus on thing, that moment when you focus on your whole situation is an important moment, because at the same time you light the candle within yourself, you light the flame within yourself, and this is the strong connection that you make with the candle, and at the same time with your spirit guides and with the universe. By the time the candle finish burning, and then I'm going to need you to take all the remainings, go outside and just bury the candle somewhere nice in the ground, and cover it with the earth. And that's all I need you to do, okay? And this is so important, because this is the time when you can make your ritual, and your ritual is going to be very strong and very powerful, and it's going to go much further if you do it on the 21st of May, because of the connection with you and with the spirit guides. It's going to be very strong and very powerful indeed. And this is just the beginning. Now, my beautiful Virgos, basically going on to the actual number, it is number 9. Now, this is your number 9 is a very powerful number. This is one of your numbers, Virgos. So This is a strong month indeed, especially when I see your number like this, and especially when I see that the whole month is going to be very, very strongly illuminated moment for you. You're gonna have, it is not the hermit stage that you are going to have throughout the month. In a way you are, but not the hermit stage where you will just want to like withdraw yourself from the situation and things like that. This is going to be well balanced hermit mode that you're going to have, deep, very spiritual, and very essential for this part of your spiritual journey indeed. So throughout the month you are going to have your own hermit mode, but it is not going to be the hermit mode where you need to like withdraw from the situation. It's going to be complete opposite. This one is going to be with a different vibration, and at the same time as you will have lots of energy, you'll be very communicative, you'll be very very much so prone to new relationship, to talk to people and things like that. But at the same time you're going to have a perfect balance, because at the same time you're literally going to be illuminated. So this is not a hermit moment where you go out and go somewhere like meditate and do this, do that, you know, in order to reconnect with your spirit guides and things like that. You do not need to do anything. This is a special hermit moment, hermit mode that you are going to have. At the same time, this hermit mode is also going to be very beneficial when it comes to the certain balance in between you, in between what you do, in between people around you, in between you making decisions. The bottom line is this whole month is going to be very, very amazingly illuminated for you. So you are going to be very wise, you're going to be very deep, you know, you're going to be very happy throughout the month, but at the same time you're going to be very wise, you're going to be very deep, you know, you're just going to have all the things, you know, like in front of you. You're going to feel like you have the whole control over you, and I think that's absolutely wonderful. And this is only purely going to happen because the energy is just going to be absolutely perfect for you. And especially when it comes to number 9, and especially when it comes to you, my gorgeous Virgos, this is a very strong number with a very strong connection. Now this self-illuminating mode that you are going to have throughout the month is not only going to make you and help you to make the best possible decisions, but you will find yourself being drawn to strange things. Maybe sometimes you're going to find yourself being drawn to strange people. You're going to find yourself being part of the really unusual situations, and this is all meant to be like that. Then you're going to find suddenly going to feel like, oh, I want to like maybe do this, do that, and that's just kind of out of the blue, you know. And this is exactly what you need to watch for. This is exactly what you need to do. This is exactly what you need to follow, because this is going to bring you a really wonderful and sacred answer. This is going to redirect you a little bit without you even realizing, but this is going to be really good redirection, really good readjustment, which is going to lead towards your own rebirth. This is an important month for you, because by the time we get to the end of this month, also there's the whole new path going to be revealed to you. The whole new section, the whole new part of your life is just going to also start making sense, especially when it comes to the certain lack of ambition and the certain maybe little mini failure that you had like in the last 24 months. Now this is going to turn around, and it's actually going to help you realize that you are going to be the one who is going to be the winner, and you are going to be the one who is going to come out of it on top. So it's going to be absolutely fantastic time for you. On another hand, financially, this is going to be a great month, and also when it comes to business and when it comes to opportunity, there is a really life-changing opportunity that is going to happen. And the way the life-changing opportunity that is going to happen this month, it is just going to be a little bit tricky, a little bit cheeky, because it's just going to come in the form of like it's not going to seem like be as significant or as important as it is. And this is something that you're going to need to come to terms with. Slowly but surely you will take every opportunity and just try to live it and see it how you feel. It's one step at a time. Your own feelings and your own intuition is not going to lead you astray. This is exactly what you need to kind of shake up a little bit, because once you do this, your energy is going to take you all sorts of the places, you know, and it's going to help you realize crucial things about your life and certain changes that are about to happen to you that are going to be absolutely huge, enormous, but really good indeed. They will be huge, but they will not seem as huge. But as the time goes by, this is going to make sense more and more. Now, my gorgeous babies, when it comes to the actual health, you see, there is so much that is going to be going on this month. This is absolutely amazing. But I'm just going to need you to keep on taking. This is so important, like a vitamin C, like a strong dose of vitamin C, because I can see like a cold and flu Lord. I can see that the cold and flu are going to be like a very kind of, you will be prone to like a kind of cold and flu and these particular symptoms. So that's why I'm just going to need you to have like a little bit of like a strong dose of vitamin C, as natural as possible, in between 800 and 1000 milligrams every single morning. This is something that I would highly recommend you to take. On another hand, it is digestion. It is like a little bit of cold, like a symptoms, and the digestion. You see, it's also going to bring you certain problems. So try to avoid milk throughout this week. When I say try to avoid milk, try to avoid soya milk. I do not like soya milk whatsoever, because soya is actually not good for you. Soya is actually really bad for you. But anyway, everybody is allowed to think about, you know, certain specific parts of their journeys the way people want to think. But since we are talking about it, I would avoid soya milk as well. But try to avoid milk in general, like throughout this month. Try to avoid milk in general as well. This is going to help you quite a lot, and especially sugar. Sugar is just something that is going to make you feel that you're going to feel like really sensitive about. Sugar is just something that you're going to feel really sensitive about, and it's something that most certainly is not going to be good for you and for your digestion. So I would avoid milk and sugar. And also, on another hand, what else I was going to say to you, that what else is going to be quite significant, to take something like a friendly bacteria capsules, you know, that you can get, like something completely natural without any horrible ingredients or anything like that. And if you can take this once per week, every single week, once, if you take this acidophilus or friendly bacteria capsule, is so important. And if you don't take capsules, if you don't want to take them, then you can take it in a form of like a yogurt. Like a natural yogurt will contain, like some natural yogurts will contain like a friendly bacteria. So this is something that I need you to take. And especially if you go like maybe to the gym, especially when you go out like where there are lots of people around, that you can pick up like a certain certain germs especially when you can like find yourself in a situation where you can pick up certain germs just straight away, like as soon as you come back home, like get like a friendly bacteria. I'm just saying this because I know that this is going to be a sensitive area, and I know that this is something that you need to pay attention to. And also, if you do decide to go for capsules, a friendly bacteria, or for vitamin C, what I strongly suggest, try to check with your doctor, with your GP, because only a doctor and your GP can actually tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not, or if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. And also the pharmacists, I suppose, they may know as well, the pharmacists. Okay. On another hand, what else I was going to say is just that basically when it comes to the actual one more thing, sorry, so I know this is going to sound weird, but yeah, I've mentioned this in my weekly readings. It's just that basically what you're going to need to make sure that you're using natural deodorants. Try to avoid aluminium. It's something that you Virgos, my babies, you're going to feel very, very sensitive about. Try to avoid aluminium in deodorants. Try to get natural deodorants. There are natural deodorants without aluminium that are actually working really, really well, because this is what people think, oh no, if I take natural deodorant, it's not going to work. No, baby, no. It is going to work. It is not going to block your pores, which is completely crazy when you think about what aluminium does. This is not good. It's not natural. It's not really healthy. So that's why there are good deodorants that are actually going to work. And I'm just saying, please try to stick to the natural deodorants without aluminium and without any nasty ingredients. Okay, now my gorgeous Virgos, going on the very first date that is going to be significant for you, which is going to happen on the 3rd of May. Now the 3rd of May is just going to be really great day for you, because it is going to be all about reconnection and connection with the main people in your life, with the real people in your life. And there is somebody in particular that is just going to make themselves known, and somebody in particular is just going to announce their return into your life. When I say that somebody is going to announce return into your life, I'm not saying that this is going to be somebody who's just like a lover or something like that, but it's going to be the very special person, the very significant person, like somebody who you know for a really long time, that is playing an important role, and somebody whom you might have lost a little bit of like a connection, but this person is an important person in your life, and this is someone who is meant to be in your life, and this is somebody who's meant to be the part of your spiritual journey. So somebody very good, like maybe, I'm not saying that you've completely lost a track with this person, you completely lost a communication or something like that, but it's just maybe you were too busy, maybe that person was too busy, but now this is going to be absolutely wonderful reconnection, because through this reconnection you are going to get some kind of idea. When you get that idea, you're going to need like a further little advice about yourself, and this is going to feel so good because it's going to come from the right people in your life. It's going to come from the people that know you, from the people that love you, from the people who mean the world of you, and only the people who know you can sometimes tell you certain things about yourself, you see, because you feel it in a different way, you get it in a different way, you understand it in a different way. It's a different vibration and different balance that helps you to understand and see the certain problems about yourself, certain parts about yourself that if somebody else told you, we would be offended. But if it comes from somebody who really knows you really well, then you kind of like see things completely differently, which helps you to see things which helps you with the focus, and it helps you to see things crystal clear. And most certainly this is going to be a big starting point for you, because this advice that you are going to gain from this realization, this idea, it's going to have direct contact with the actual lack of ambition that you had lately. I'm not saying that you had a complete lack of ambition, but I'm just saying that it was a little bit clouded around the Virgos in the last 7 months. And the cloudness that was around Virgos in the last 7 months, it was caused by a certain dimension that caused this vibration to make the energy really slightly darker. And this is this is purely because of our particular spiritual journey, and purely because we had to deal with certain problems when it comes to our karma. And so that's why, sometimes, it is just all about moderation, and it's all about time, and all about taking one step at a time, even when we don't feel like it. As long as we know that we are doing the right thing, as long as we know that we are going towards the right direction, this is really important. This is going to have a direct connection with the lack of ambition that you had, and also it's just like a certain negativity that was like, this was causing you also certain negativity. On another hand, the 3rd of May is also going to be really important, because something really important and significant is going to happen when it comes to your work, when it comes to your career, something about your great skills, something about what you know how to do, and something that you know how to express yourself. This is going to be a very important day and very important turning point, because optimistically, ooh la la, this is going to be fantastic. The whole new optimism is coming through, the whole new confidence is coming through, and this in itself is just going to be the new starting point. My babies, you see, if you're working, this is going to be a really important day, the 3rd of May. For those of you that are looking for work, please keep on applying, because there is a job that is just going to be mind-blowing, literally mind-blowing. It's going to come through, and it's just going to have a direct impact on your life, and your life is going to start changing after this moment, however, because this is going to be really good, and this is a great starting point. I think that you are about to rediscover yourself. By the end of the day on the 3rd of May, you will feel like you're on rebirth, literally. When we are rediscovering ourselves, and this is going to be so important, because you're going to be going through so much, my gorgeous Virgos, throughout the actual May and throughout June. It is all going to be about you making really important decisions, you focusing, you seeing things crystal clear. You're going to need a grounding, but at the same time you're going to need to focus on the work, career, finances, and everything at the same time, but keep on staying calm and making the right decision. Green Aventurine is just something that I highly recommend you to get. Green Aventurine is a beautiful little crystal which is going to help you to make the best possible decisions. It's going to help you to see things just crystal clear. At the same time, it's going to be very good to attract the finances, and also when we are going through certain changes that we're unsure about, and it's a lot is happening, then Green Aventurine helps you with the grounding, but in a very special way, differently to black tourmaline and other crystals like that, or hematite, for example. This is going to help you in a way where it's at the same time going to be very beneficial for your finances as well. This is something that I recommend you to wear like throughout May and June as well. This comes with a sterling silver setting and sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. But by buying this, or you're also helping this channel, of course, okay, or you're also supporting this channel, I was going to say as well. Now, the second important date that I would like to say to you, it's actually going to be on the 13th of May. Now, the 13th of May is just going to be like the whole new security, the whole new safety, and the whole new kind of like a really, really general feeling of happiness and self-esteem and optimism is coming through, but it's going to come through the actual security and safety, which means that the fearful moments that you had so far, the things that you were worrying about, the things that you were scared about, especially when it comes to your career, when it comes to finances, when it comes to the next direction, when it comes to things in general, when it comes to things globally, you know, especially when it comes to like our spirituality and things that you were like completely scared about, but especially worrying about security and safety. Now this is going to have a wonderful turnaround, and there's a beautiful realization that you're going to have, and through that realization you're also going to kind of realize that somebody's going to be like a little bit jealous about you. Somebody's going to be jealous a little bit, but this is only purely because of your own success. This is not somebody who means to you. This is not somebody who can affect you, know, somebody who is like part of your life that's really important. It's just somebody who is just going to be like a little bit like jealous of you. So what I would like to say that on the 13th of May, most certainly it's a good day for thinking, it's a good day for like a focusing, it's a good day for concentration, but it is not a good day to buy something big, buy something huge, or to have like a really big negotiation. Do not do this on the 13th of May. Every other day it's going to be absolutely fine, but I'm telling you, Virgolinis, that on this day don't do it, because purely because there is somebody who's like a little bit jealous, and I don't like this person, and I don't like this energy, and I don't like this jealousy. And that's why I'm saying to you, please try to stay away from doing a big deals, big business, negotiation. Try to not to buy something massive, huge, you know, on this particular week and day 13th of May. And also try to keep certain things to yourself that don't concern other people. I mean, I'm not saying that you're going out and talking about your bank or something like that, but just try to keep certain things to yourself. Be very specially, be careful. And also when it comes to that particular situation, I highly suggest you to get like a tiger's eye. Tiger's eye is probably one of the best crystals, especially when it comes to like our own protection against evil eye, against negative people, against low vibration, against those people that don't mean us well, those people that are jealous of us. They have a certain energy that can affect us. It depends what we do, what are we doing at the time. But you know, if we are like really busy or we don't feel well, then our energy is slightly weaker. Then when that happens, when these people are around us, we can get affected by them. So in order to protect yourself against like people like this, you just get like you get tiger's eye, and this comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this of course is in the description below. And I'm going to say the same thing, when you buy this, you're supporting this channel at the same time as well. Okay, what else I was going to say, the 13th of May, by the end of the day, what I really like it is just like the whole new motivation is going to come through. There's the particular person that is going to motivate you here, and I need you to pay attention who this is, who this particular person is, who is on your mind by the end of the day on the 13th of May, and who is on your mind in such a way that that person is motivating you, because that person is going to play an important role in your life later on, and through that person you're going to do something much quicker, much faster than what you would normally do. So this person is just kind of going to be a little secret weapon. No, I wouldn't say weapon, but there is a wonderful motivation that you're going to feel from this person, and that motivation is going to be really important later on. Okay, just pay attention, my babies. Okay, the third important date is going to be on the 31st of May. Now on the 31st of May, it's going to be some kind of indecision in proceedings that is just going to kind of become like really evident here, and that in itself is just going to be completely connected to certain instability, and that is going to make you realize that you're not going to be able to make a certain decision in this day. There was some decision that you needed to make, that you will need to make, but I just need you to make it short and not to rush into any decisions, you know. Don't rush into any decisions, just like you don't need to take the whole day out or something like that, but take like about a few hours, you know, and try to think about things and try to think about why the outcome was the way it was, you know. But the bottom line is that you're not going to be able to have a certain proceedings, but this is going to be good. I will explain this to you why. This is so good because you're going to realize that you're going to need to learn a little bit more. Learning experience is going to become evident here. You're going to need to learn something more. Therefore, on another hand, you're going to need to go on the whole new level, the whole next level, whole next stage of where you are right now. Whatever you do, the 31st of May is going to be the day when you're going to kind of like be shaken up in the best possible way, but it is just going to be the next stage, but it's going to be completely connected to what you're doing right now. It is just advanced level of that. That's why I'm saying that this is like kind of indecisiveness, what I said to start with. This is all going to bring this wonderful realization that you are just going to but suddenly you're going to find yourself being very deeply concentrated to the certain study, to the certain reflection, and respect for knowledge is going to be absolutely huge. The whole new desire is going to come through, and you're going to feel many ideas. This is going to be absolutely brilliant time, because in itself this is a vavavoom time for Virgo, because you're going to feel good, and also this is going to bring you the whole new control over a situation, the whole new strength, the whole new courage, and the whole new energy and determination. This is so brilliant because this is all going to be down to your own accomplishment and down to you making a really good decision 12 months ago, at around the 12 months ago, or in the last 12 months. Maybe, you know, there was a certain decision that you made that people just couldn't believe. No way, you know, no way. But now you're going to be able to prove this to yourself. But it's not only about that, it's just going to feel good. Okay, so now going on the very first part of May 2019, my gorgeous Virgolinis, basically it's all about the whole new harmony that is going to come into your sign. This harmony is all about the new balance. This harmony is all about the new focus. This harmony is all about grounding, and the bottom line is creativity. You're gonna feel like a vavavoom creative, and it's just so good. You're gonna start feeling your own rebirth. You're gonna start feeling the sun on your face, and you're gonna feel this in the best possible way. It is the time of spiritual awakening that you most certainly are going to be able to feel it like there is no tomorrow, because by the time the first part of May starts, there is the whole important realization going to happen in form of you realizing, oh my god, I'm nearly there. Oh my god, I'm nearly there. This is so brilliant, because that at the same time, it's gonna make you feel really good about yourself, because it's to do with a certain maybe tormenting situation or a certain torment that you had through the particular situation in your life, through the particular people in your life, through the particular person in your life, and now that came to an end. There is also going to be a really wonderful spiritual advice that you are going to get through somebody really special, and that spiritual advice is going to help you a lot, because it's going to really have a wonderful impact when it comes to you, and when it comes to the certain acceptance, when it comes to you accepting certain things about yourself, certain things about your life, certain things about your life that you maybe don't even like do it, maybe you don't like your reactions and things like that. Once you are able to accept this in a certain way, then you are able to see things from a slightly different angle. You are able to view yourself and view your life from a slightly different dimension, and that in itself is going to be the turning point, because you're going to be able to accept yourself, and that is just going to make you realize that your life is about to change, my babies. Your life is about to change, and now you're going to realize it's all about the abandonment. You will feel and you will think what is making you feel unhappy. Now it's time to move on. It's time to go. It's time to cut something out of your life, and especially what makes you feel really unhappy. And it used to make you feel really good. It used to make you feel really passionate about yourself, about your life, but things sometimes change, because this is life, and sometimes, you know, we are meant to do something something for the certain amount of time, we are meant to spend time with someone for the certain amount of time, then when our spiritual journey came to an end, then we just simply move on. If we don't move on, then we just end up dragging and dragging and dragging until we realize that we need to release ourselves from this spiritual chains. Okay, now that in itself is going to be fantastic, because without even realizing, this is absolutely mind-blowing time for you, Virgolinis. Mind-blowing time for you indeed. In the arms of an angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness you feel. You see, this is exactly how I feel when I'm actually saying this. This is huge, 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 huge. In the arms of the angel, fly away from here. This is the moment, this is the moment, this is the new beginning. This is going to be huge, this is going to be very important. Okay, indeed, because now something, it's the feeling of happiness, it's the feeling of optimism, it's a good energy, new beginning, new beginning, new beginning. So finally, suddenly you're going to find yourself being the part of like a really new courses, new college, new idea, and this is going to be so good, because you're going to realize that you were restricted. That in itself is going to have direct impact with the certain restrictions that you had in your life, and that in itself is just going to help you a lot with the certain frustrations that you had in your life, and that in itself is going to lead towards your own personal liberation moment. This is so important, because it's time for you to feel free, it's time for you to be free, it's time for you to start living your life like a free spirit. Okay, now, by the time we get to the second part of May 2019, there is a certain dishonesty that you are going to have. The certain dishonesty that you are going to have through somebody. So there is going to be like a little conflict, mini little conflict, and through that conflict, you're going to realize dishonesty, and it's all going to be about dishonesty, not your dishonesty, but somebody was dishonest. And that moment in time is just going to kind of throw away from the kind of the situation, and it's just going to make you realize, wow. And half of you is going to be a little bit sad, and it's going to like really like, oh no, and then half of you is going to be like absolutely exciting. You just need to go through some like little bit of rain in your life in order to see that beautiful sunshine over there. So this is going to be like a little bit of rain, and it's going to require from yourself to now this is a normal hermit moment that you are going to have about one day, which is going to make you to like kind of a step away from the situation, like go home, maybe relax a little bit. You know, it's all about a certain communication breakdown that you had from somebody, and this in itself is just going to give you a little hermit moment, and then you're going to realize something really important. Okay, on another hand, what else I was going to say, do you see what you're going to feel it around the time it's creativity. Negative situation that should make you feel really negative, now it's just going to bounce back on you in such a way when you're going to feel like a creativity, and that creativity is just going to be completely your own realization. This is going to be your own answer, and also an unfinished business is going to come back, unfinished business is going to bounce back, and this business is something that you started focusing on not that long ago, but you've left it behind because it wasn't the right time. So now this is going to come back, and it's just going to make you feel really creative and really energetic, and that is just going to give you the whole new assertiveness. Now this is an important time, now this is an important moment, now this is a time when things are going to change. On one hand, you're going to prove something really huge to yourself. Success. Virgos, this is going to be huge for this is going to be so good for your confidence, for your self-esteem, and the success, financial situation, and that in itself, you're going to be able to prove this to yourself, to other people, and people are really going to praise you up, and people are really proud of you. And that is going to bring you the realization about some kind of like a contemplation, because this is going to start changing things, because new things are going to become available on your horizons, and these new things are going to require from you try things slightly differently, and you're going to need to change certain things about your life. It's all about recognition. The mid part of May until the end of May, it's all about the recognition. This is so super time for you, Virgos. Now if you're working for the company, it's just going to be absolutely brilliant, because at around the end of May, it is going to be fantastic recognition. You're going to feel so good, and something is going to become unfolded. Something is going to become available for you, and this is going to be good. Financial rewards, financial rewards, financial rewards. If you're looking for a job, please keep on applying for as long as you can, because by the end of May, something very special and life-changing is going to come. If you are retired, this is going to be one of the most important times of your life, because there is an absolutely mind-blowing recognition coming through, and the recognition is going to come through from the right person, from the person that you wanted to be recognized by, and that is just going to bring you an absolutely life-changing balance. And also the bottom line is that it's a prosperity. It's a lot about to do with prosperity. Just remember, don't be greedy, don't be greedy, don't be greedy. You see, that's the little something that I just have to. I'm not saying that you're greedy or anything like that, but just think about the balance, think about the balance, think about the balance, because there's only like a really thin line. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So also on another hand, basically it's the big change. Something really important is going to start happening in the family. Something that is going to mean to you a lot is the certain process that is going to start, and that certain process is going to lead towards a big change. You will all know this, but you're going to automatically feel very, very ecstatic about this change. It's the whole new synchronicity is going to come through, and also it's the certain sacrifice that is going to be quite significant, and that sacrifice that you are going to feel that you need to make is going to be very tempting, because it's a lot to do with you doing certain adjustment when it comes to your professional life. This is good because financially this is going to be great. So take any opportunities, try to think about any opportunities, even those little tiny opportunities that could lead towards like a tiny change, are going to actually at this moment in time leads towards a really huge massive change. In fact, you will take something on, there's a certain opportunity that is going to happen, something is going to be born here, certain seeds you are going to plant, certain seed that you are going to plant right at the end of May 2019, and the second stage, the second stage of this journey is going to happen on the 14th of November 2019. 14th of November 2019, it's going to be directly connected to May 2019 indeed, and this is just the beginning. This is a highly, highly, highly fertile time, my babies. I hope you understand. Highly fertile time in the arms of the angel. No, seriously, it's a highly, highly fertile time, and that's why I'm saying try to do as much as you can. And even those little tiniest things that they seem to be really, really tiny, they're going to come out and be absolutely huge, and they're going to come out to be absolutely probably the biggest things you have ever seen in your life later on. One step at a time, and you will see where your life is going to lead, okay? And it's all moderation. Just remember, one step at a time, my gorgeous, gorgeous Virgos. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to concentrate on those of you that are in relationship. Okay, Virgos, this is going to be an amazing month. You know, there's a massive problem going to come to an end. There is something that is going to come back. Something is going to come back. A problem that you had with your partner, and it's just like maybe you've been keep on living this aside. But something seemed to be left unresolved in between you and in between your partner. So it's really important to actually resolve this. I don't have to tell you to resolve this. It's really important because this is exactly what you're going to do, and this is going to be an important starting moment. You need to sort a certain problem out so it doesn't come back again and just mess up things by making the water murky in between you and your partner. Okay, so now, okay, so this is this is brilliant, you see. And also, it is a good news that your partner is going to have a really good news this month, and that is going to reflect on both of you really, really wonderful. What this good news is going to be, it's going to have a direct impact on your life, direct impact on your partner's finances and your finances, and also, this is also going to be really great when it comes to your both advancement. This is going to have an amazing impact on your relationship, but also on your finances. So after this moment, after this month, and this is going to happen right at the beginning of the May 2019, you're going to be focusing on a certain change. You're going to be focusing on a certain direction, and that direction is going to be brand new. That direction is going to be huge. That direction is going to be massive, and that direction is going to involve you and your partner sitting down, discussing things, making sure your relationship is nice and strong before you go any further. And this is exactly what is going to happen happen, because this is brilliant. You're going to find yourself in a really good way. You're going to have a really strong confirmation. There's certain things that were not doing really great in between you two, now they're going to change, and this is going to be absolutely amazing. It is absolutely the perfect combination of material and spiritual prosperity that you're both going to feel, and your relationship therefore is going to be ready for something really important. So at the end of all that, you're going to have an important discussion. There is going to be an advice from an amazing lady that you're going to have, an advice from somebody as well at the same time, very powerful, very spiritual, but also it is about you realizing it's going to take time to do this, it's going to take time to go down this road, and it's going to take like a financial situation to look much better, because financial situation is going to start improving really nicely. Therefore, something very important is about to be unveiled to both of you. This is so good, because this is the beginning of something really special. This is the beginning of something really interesting, but this is the beginning of something that you both wanted to do in an absolutely long time. So this is a great time for the couples. But also, your partner is actually going to surprise you this month. Your partner is going to surprise you this month. Something is going to happen to them, something that were maybe a little bit quiet, nothing bad, nothing negative, but it is going to be really nice surprise, and you're just going to realize something really special about your partner. And I think that that's going to turn you on like a vavavumish. But it's just a lot about the capability, a lot about their power, a lot about their decision making, and it's a lot about how wise they are, and that in itself is just going to become a new motivation for yourself as well. When it comes to your relationship in general, this is going to kind of be quite good. Okay, so now for those of you that are actually single and ready to mingle, this is going to be the month of like a vavavumish stuff. This is going to be the month of discovery, month of rediscovery, the month of radiance. I told you already, you're going to feel absolutely brilliant. This is kind of like when Virgos are rediscovering themselves quite a lot. This is a good energy out there at the moment that reflects on you, my gorgeous Virgo, so beautifully. And you're going to start like a kind of like a socializing with people. You're going to start going out a lot. You're going to find yourself doing things that you wanted to do in a long time, but the things that you kind of didn't have a time to do, the things that you really enjoy, you're going to be doing, like maybe going out, maybe exercising. You're going to be meeting lots of people, and you're going to be part of the lots of situations when you're going to kind of be rediscovering and discovering things about yourself through meeting lots of people. There are few people that are going to fancy you, and they're going to be like, oh my god, I can't believe they fancy me. No, my baby, you're gorgeous. Of course they fancy. Oh la la, there you go. You see, this is for the single Virgos. This is going to be an important month, but I will tell, oh dear Lord. This is going to be an important month for Virgos, you see, but there are a couple of people that are going to be very significant. One person is going to be like, from one person that you're going to meet this month that is good looking and interesting as well, you're going to learn something like a quite interesting lesson, but it's not going to be the right person. But one other person that you're going to meet is going to become like a really important person later on, but it needs to be like a one step at a time. What I think it's really important for you is that person is just going to be somebody who's already going to be watching you, who is watching you already, and somebody who's going to be the part of the scenario, and somebody who's going to notice you first and is going to be like, ooh la la, hello there. But somebody very, very special is about to manifest through all this situation. All you're going to need to do now, my beautiful babinis, you just go out and just enjoy yourself and flirt. I know you're going to love this. I know there's an amazing amount of confidence and energy that you are going to have, and there is something very, 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 very special and very important that you are going to rediscover and discover about yourself. But this is huge, this is massive, this is only going to be the part of the bigger picture, but it's just going to make sense later on, like, oh my god, this is going to be very, very deep months, Virgos, very deep indeed. Okay, my babies, my gorgeous, my ever so precious Virgos, I love you so much. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, love, healing, and light. Mwah. Okay, my gorgeous Virgos, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.